All right, this is like the fourth take in making this video. I'm out here in Carmel Valley, and I came out here because it is the most desert-like place that's kind of close to me. And the purpose of this video is to talk about where to find God, and the least obvious place to find God. And that's what I want to talk about, because it's the quiet place. It's the desert, the wilderness, the mountains, the caves, perhaps. There's this prophet that his name I can't remember right now. I think it's Elijah, maybe Isaiah, maybe forget it. I'll probably put it in the comments. But he goes to this mountain, I think it's Sinai, and he goes and he waits for God. He waits in a cave. And while he's waiting, a huge wind sweeps up the cave, but God wasn't in the wind. And then a huge earthquake shakes the mountain, but God wasn't in the earthquake. And the great fire sweeps up the mountain, but God wasn't in the fire. And then, in the silence, came this tiny, still voice of God, or still tiny voice of God, whichever way you translate, or I'm just talking off the top of my head here. But that idea brought me closer to God. Let me explain. We go to church and, we congregate and we sing praises of the Lord. And I've been in a church choir, I've conducted a choir in a church, and I've done all these things, and these are meant to glorify God, right? But how much do we listen to God? How much do we sit there or stand there in the silence? How much do we go out where there's no one around to see us be glorious, to see us glorify the Lord, where there's no one there but God? And that's what I do sometimes. I go underneath the stars, and I go and I talk to the Lord. Sometimes I give him my problems, right? Sometimes I get the answer. And it's like the still tiny voice of God. It's not really so much always speech. A lot of times I'll ask a question. It's a shooting star. A lot of times I'll be in the middle of speaking and a thought invades my mind while I'm speaking. And most recently, and why I'm making these videos again, was that I asked God to help me chase success. And he told me, he told me, but the thought interrupted my mind in the middle of talking, and it was put forth the kingdom of heaven. Put forth. Not just put first, but put forth. And I keep saying that. I keep trying to say put first the kingdom of heaven, but F-O-R-T-H, forward. And I've got 2,000 more watch hours on my YouTube, and I think maybe I need to take this, before I get monetized, take this opportunity to do just that. When we think of a universal-sized creator being, where's the most common sense place to look other than within ourselves? The sky. We always look at the sky, right? What is the most silent time of day in most places? The nighttime. And that's why I go out there, And if you're seeking God, if you become disillusioned with things or whatever the circumstance in your life is, give it a try. Go out under the stars and you can talk to God, or you can sit there and listen. You can meditate, or just admire all of this creation over billions of years.